Hello guys, how are you? Let's talk today about something that bothers any student of any language, that is the verbs voices, especially this one, the passive. But don't complain, after this video you'll see this is a piece of cake. Okay, let's go. Well, you already know passive voices formation, but do you know why is it used? We'll see it now. So, usually we use passive voice to emphasize who or what is suffering an action. That's the main idea of this voice. For example, in the sentence, my heart will be blessed with the sound of music, I'm talking about my heart, about how my heart will feel with the sound of music. And I want to emphasize that. So I put in the beginning of the sentence and use the verb in the passive form. Notice here that the verb's in the future, but the structure remains the same. Subject, my heart, verb to be, in this case will be, plus past participle, blessed. And in this case we have the information about what will perform the action, the sound of music. But be careful, it's not just because it's possible to make passive voice that you speak with passive voice. In English, it can be considered a little exaggerated when we speak too much passive sentences. Now, as we saw in the example before, as long as I have the subject, whoever or whatever does the action is not really important. So it's indicated to use passive voice when it doesn't matter who is the doer or when the doer is obvious. Like this, the bird was printed in a $5 bill. Just so you know, this is a Canadian dollar, right? Well, in this example, we might know that the Central Bank of Canada printed the bird there, but it really doesn't matter. There's a bird printed there. Doesn't make a difference who did it or who thought about it, okay? Next situation. When we know who did the action, but it's irrelevant to name it, or we simply don't know who did it, we can use passive voice to express. So, if I say the robot was built in 2013, even if I know who built it, it's irrelevant to say, because I'm talking about when it was built. I'm not worried about who did it. Or, if I say, my book was taken from the shelf, I don't know who did it. I don't know when, I just care about my book that was taken and I probably want it back. So, that's the situations where it's good to use passive voice. I hope you understood. Bye bye.